You're so generous. Welcome back. I am so excited. Our next guest is here. Of course, as we've said all morning long, Sunday is Earth Day. What better way to celebrate than to get out and get to working on that spring garden? Here with expert tips to help is host of NBC's show, Naturally, Danny Seo, our dear friend, Danny Seo. Welcome.
Hi. Happy Earth Day.
It is so good to see you, and it's been way too long. I'm so glad this is very timely. You're here for a great event. We're going to talk about that later. But we want to get excited and kind of figure out what we should do now to get our gardens ready.
Yes, we're going to get our green thumb on. I'm going to put you to work. You've got your gloves on.
And I have a brown thumb, but you're going to change that.
We're going to change that. So here's a bucket for you.
Got
Here's
it.
some soils. While you fill this up, I want to show you a little trick, because I think for a lot of people is that you plant house plants outdoors, but you forget to water them. Keep
Sorry.
Keep filling, keep
I
filling.
like, you're so interesting. I'm like, okay.
And so what I like to do
so
is,
true.
you know, when you have an old sponge, so let's say it's time to replace a kitchen sponge,
Yeah.
don't throw it away. One of my favorite things on the show, we call it do just one thing. It's the little
Yes.
tips. I actually save the sponges, and I'll cut them into little cubes, just like this.
Come
and as you're
on,
filling,
Danny.
you toss in a few of these cubes, and what's happening is that when you do remember to water your plants, the sponges absorb excess water. And so for those few extra days you forget, these sponges will actually water your plants.
You are unbelievable.
For you.
Yes.
Here's an interesting thing, though. You can also add other things into your garden or your house plants. So even your used, I know it sounds gross, but it really works. Your used
What?
cotton balls.
You're kidding.
You can toss it. It's completely compostable. It's good for the plants. It also absorbs water, and it's going to make your gardening a little bit more foolproof.
And this is why you are here and you're the expert.
Other
okay,
things.
so next step, those are great, helpful tips to get us started. Because you're right, we do forget to water. I do.
I know. I mean, that's what plants need. They need sun, soil, and water.
Yes.
And so for watering, instead of buying a watering can if you don't have one, I like to save a gallon jug. This is one of my favorite things that we did on the show. And you take a pin or a nail head, okay, and you just put little holes all over the top like this.
Okay.
Okay, and then you fill it with regular water.
Perfect.
And look at this. You create like an instant
Unbelievable.
little watering
It's
can
unbelievable.
just out of
I'm gonna
this.
stir this around for you.
And we got to fill it with some beautiful flowers over here.
And let's talk about what are some of your favorite things to use right now.
So, you know, one of my favorite things for gardening, I think, is to actually compost things, because a lot of us throw things away, and we think about banana peels, potato peels, you know, vegetable scraps.
I'm breaking up the soil
And
bowl.
yes, this is a beautiful new flower we'll talk about. It's like called a compassion flower.
Okay.
But you know what? You can also put in things like pencil shavings into your
Really?
compost. Old beans. You can even do like, you know, leftover rice from Chinese takeout. These are things you can all compost. It's food and nutrition for your plant. Oh my gosh, you're a pro at this.
Oh,
You're so good at this.
not really, but thanks. if you drive by my house, you'll be like, oh, okay.
I heard your yard is pretty nice.
I'm
actually,
trying.
from some
I'm
people.
trying. Okay, so once we've done that,
Okay, so-
now talk about this particular variety. It's beautiful. It looks like an impatience.
Yes, this is the new hybrid from Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day. They create something called a compassion flower, and what we're doing is we're planting these compassion gardens all over the country, including one here in Atlanta at Serenbe.
Yeah, I love Serenbe.
Isn't it great? Serenity.
Yes.
You have to visit. One of the most beautiful places. And so this weekend is also my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Which day?
On
Tomorrow,
Sunday, Earth Day.
Of course, it's so fitting.
And so I'm going to be there all weekend at Serenbe. So if you want to come by and say hi, I'm planning a compassion garden, Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day. And it's all about spreading empathy and compassion throughout communities, because I feel like we need more empathy and compassion right now.
Said it, yes.
But the most important thing about this flower, you have to smell it.
Beautiful.
Isn't that great?
Just beautiful. Now let me ask you, can we all get involved in planting, or is it going to be you more giving tips? How's that going to work?
There's a lot of activities. So there's things at the farmer's market. The first 150 people tomorrow actually get a free refillable, reusable bottle that they can use for their dish soap.
Perfect.
And I'm going to be there, you know, with some surprises.
Love
and,
it.
you know, come see me, and maybe I'll buy you a sandwich.
I
And
would
we can plant a tree together.
I would love it. Thank you. Okay, and any other tips and advice you have for us? And
Yeah.
let's go back to the fact that we had these hot days, and then this morning I walked out and it felt like it was back down in the 50s. So is this too early? Should we wait a few more weeks?
No, it's totally fine right now. Plants are very hardy and tolerant to this,
Okay.
but the thing that's actually more damaging to a plant maybe are insects. And instead of using insecticides, what I do is I take a bottle full of water and I take just a few drops of dish soap. Not a lot, just a little bit, goes a long way. Use a brand that's already thoughtful. I think it's always really nice. What happens is if you see insects attacking your plants, you spray them with the barely soapy water. It doesn't hurt the plant, but it actually disrupts the skeletal system of the insect, so it naturally kills them.
Okay, and you're doing it again in a natural way.
No
Good
insects
for the
here,
plants,
but you know.
Good for the environment, perfect.
And it smells pretty good too.
Yes, so that's a great tip as well. And then let's talk about the show. I'm so proud of you. I was saying I was watching it with the girls one day. Season 3, what can we expect?
Season 3 starts filming this summer, but right now, next week, we find out the show is actually nominated for an Emmy Award. Can you believe that?
Yes, I can, because it's so well done.
For Outstanding Lifestyle Show. So I found out on Friday if we're going to be a 2-time Emmy loser again.
No, don't say it. Don't put that energy out there. And last time you were here, we talked about just, some of the famous people that you rub elbows with, arms with.
There's a lot of. That's how I started. Was as a celebrity stylist, and so Kerry Washington. I helped her celebrate the finale of Scandal. So we did a lot of fun activities with the cast and crew.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And actually, just yesterday, I was with Madam President Millie from Scandal.
Millie. Yes, I love her.
With Bellamy Young, I redid her house, and we shot it for my magazine. So you'll see that in the summer issue of Naturally Danny CO.
I cannot wait.
So.
Well, we love having you. Once again, remind everyone where they can meet you and take part in what a wonderful thing to do for Earth Day. A compassion garden.
It's in Serenbe, so it's kind of beautiful. Come to Serenbe this weekend, have lunch, stroll the gardens. Join us in planning a Mrs. Myers Clean Day Compassion Garden with this beautiful new compassion flower. Spread empathy, spread love, spread joy, and just have a beautiful, naturally amazing day.
That's all you do. But before we go, you have a mantra called do just one thing, as you mentioned on the show. So really, what is just the one thing you want to encourage us to do?
Honestly,
simply on Earth Day.
I actually think this is the thing that most people ask me about are these containers.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do with all these plastic containers and trays? And actually, believe it or not, you can go to Lowe's, and no matter where you bought it, you don't have to buy it at Lowe's, they'll recycle these for free for you.
Excellent.
How easy is that?
I know.
Recycle your electronics today.
And then
take all your planning stuff. Always recycle everything you can and compost all the weird stuff too.
All right.
Including your old sponges.
You're the
Happy
best.
Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day. I love having you. Happy birthday to this man, too. You can find more tips just like these on naturallydannyseo.com. By the way, where do we pick up your magazine? Wherever?
Anywhere magazines are sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the summer issue is going to be the one you talked about with Bellamy.
We'll be out June 3rd.
June 3rd.
Yeah.
Excellent.